communicating with confidence, critical thinking, nurturing a love of learning. The Learning Lab seeks to develop young minds with skills and knowledge to pave the way towards a lifelong pursuit of excellence. Teaching is my first job out of school and has been my only job. It's been nothing short of great as I've had the chance to meet many like-minded educators, curriculum writers who eat and sleep the subject they write for, and teachers who truly love their students. All in, the culture at the Learning Lab is driven by one singular passion: to nurture a love of learning. I wasn't the best student at school, but I was blessed to have been taught by some of the best teachers in the business. Interestingly, the most important complement to that were two of my peers at school. They were ace students and student leaders who have gone on to do very well in life. They were very aware of their wider world at a young age. They made complicated concepts easily understandable. They were unconventional in their methods, but they always inspired by their personal example. And these are the same strengths we bring to the game at the Learning Lab. Whether one writes curriculum or teaches it, he understands something. The parental goal or need is academic excellence. But before that, one must know the captivating ways of inspiring the child. And beyond that, the world-ready skills that make the child thoroughly comfortable in the world he is going to inherit.
Founded in 2001, the Learning Lab has established itself as one of the leading national providers of enrichment and tutorial services, preschool, primary, secondary, and integrated program students in Singapore. They develop and run educational programs in English, Chinese, maths, as well as the sciences. The Learning Lab today has more than 400 dedicated teachers and continues to grow.
It encourages us to see how much children look forward to class. Right at the hour, they are almost leaping and bounding through the doors of the classroom, eager to see the lesson materials and watch their teachers spring into action because it is showtime.
Inspiring a love for learning is a tall and noble order. Hence, only the very best teachers are selected. Beyond stellar academic grades and leadership qualities, the selection process looks closely for intangible traits such as tenacity and being nurturing. And every newly recruited teacher undergoes a stringent teacher incubator program where they are trained by senior and experienced teachers on topics ranging from subject component instruction and marking to pedagogy and student psychology management. Each of them is assigned a mentor, and their entire incubation is overseen by the training and quality management team, which surveys for the best practices in teaching, both locally and internationally.
It is tough, but it is a lot of fun. The young teachers get to learn off the shoulders of their mentors who help them replicate patterns of excellence. They then get to impose their own dynamic interpretation on the lesson plan for the week. But the most important skill we bring to the game is our ability to listen. To listen hard and with a lot of heart. And then we analyze before we generate the content. This process culminates in a team's careful curation of what should appear in a 2-hour lesson plan.
At the Learning Lab, curriculum is developed and designed by a dedicated unit of 50 staff members. This unit works very hard to ensure that materials produced on a weekly basis is school and national exam relevant and captivates young clients. To constantly upkeep its high standards, the team is always keyed into global and current trends around the world, scanning the best publications and consulting with industry experts so that only the very best rolls off the press for the young clients. Every classroom is named after an iconic global city or university, and a careful eye for detail is applied to the setup and every piece of furniture.
The layout is structured for students to think of their learning journeys as gateways to the world. When these young minds take the focus off themselves and think about the wider world, their families, their communities, and the nation at large, their dreams become something substantial. And substance is honed in a setup that allows for interaction and debate. We make topics come alive through the use of experiments like the sun catcher and the most current and up-to-date issues like the Panama Papers.
To help students become world-ready, current affairs topics line the lesson materials on a weekly basis. and some students have even had the chance to travel to global student leadership events like the Harvard Model Congress in the United States and the World Scholars Cup in Shanghai, returning with high honors.
The love of learning we inspire needs to have a greater sense of purpose. When we see our young charges debating with and doing very well against some of the best in the world, we come away reassured. We do not just see eloquence, but also a quiet confidence that will help them in their journeys ahead to make the world a better place. When we talk about the Gateses and the Buffetts of the world in our classrooms, we also talk about their philanthropy. We recognize our unique position in education and thought it fitting to come up with the Gift of Learning Scholarship. This provides academically deserving students from financially less fortunate families the chance to enrich their educational journeys.
Understanding the important role parents play in the lives of its students, the Learning Lab works towards ensuring parents are provided with hassle-free services and are able to keep up with their child's development by receiving updates about the school at their fingertips. Parents save time by being able to use self-help queue kiosks that notify them via SMS when it is their turn. They are also able to use the online parent portal that allows mobile payment of fees, checking their child's progress reports and attendance, as well as communicate with teachers wherever they are. Missing a class does not mean students will be left behind, as parents are able to request for online video recordings of the class.
We understand that while education systems evolve and are different over contexts, there are qualities that remain timeless. Values like resilience and drive, skills like leadership and communication. And the one thing that helps all of these come together is the love of learning.